Hello, comic book lovers! I know you're out there. People love looking at comic books. I do. I got lots of comic books, but years ago I used to have a lot more. Yeah, now I'm kind of kick myself every once in a while that I sold some comic books. But it is what it is. But anyway, that's a different story. Look at my balloon. It's going down, eh? See? It's losing its air. 7-0, big 7-0 for my birthday, but it's going down. Anyway, let's look at some comic books just for the hell of it. That's a fish, eh? Anyway, I got some in the mail. I might have showed you a couple of these before, maybe two. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure because I didn't put them aside. But anyway, let's look at these for the time. Now these are all Conan comic books, right? Conan number 42. It's still got the value stamp. You always got to look for those value stamps. Sometimes you get comic books and they're not there, so you got to be careful with that. Though I don't know every comic that has a value stamp, and then I don't know that. But anyway, this has the value stamp. Yeah, it's supposed to be an 8.5. Supposed to be. I don't know. I wanted it for my collection. Conan 50, 1975. This is an 8.0, supposed to be. The Dweller in the Pool, 25 cents. Conan 52, 1975, an 8.5. The God in the Crypt. Conan 54, 1975, an 8.0, 25 cents. Even got a date stamp on it. I don't mind date stamps, part of history. It's the day it came out. That's the day it was on the newsstand, as far as I understand. There you go. Yeah, two Conans here battling each other. One's real and one's not. Conan 56, 1975, an 8.0, as I said, supposed to be. I don't mind, they're in good shape as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, the first and still the greatest sword and sorcery hero of all time. Can't really argue with that. The Thing from the Tower. I like Conan. Now, this one, I got this in the other day. Not today, Monday, right? But the other day, Thursday or Friday, I got this. So let's open it up. Sorry, I try not to take too long. Maybe I should have opened it already, but can't find my little knife. So I gotta use my trusted scissors. Part of the part that's with your knives and scissors and those block things you set on your counter. Nice, it's very nicely. Where I get these from, the same guys from before, this one's the same one. I always buy from him. This is Canadian. This is in Canada. I only buy comic books from Canada. I don't buy any from the States anymore. Alright, let's take a look at these and see what I got. All Conans, all Marvels. Alright, let's take a look at these. I don't know what these are because I just got these, right? So I never had a chance to mark on the back what's on, what's on your order list. This is Conan number 66, and the date stamp's right here. Yeah, looks like January 08. Dragon God of Death, 30-cent cover. Conan 68, face to face with his greatest, deadliest foe, King Kull. Once in a lifetime wonderment. Plus Red Sonja, the sheep pirate. Billy. I don't think Conan and King Kull were around at the same time. I think King Kull was around years before Conan was. So I don't know, but I never read the comic yet, so I don't know how that works out. Conan. Yes, still only 25 cents. Number 64, July. And May the 12th. So it was on the newsstand, May the 12th. They put the stamp on it, put it on the spin rack, or the shelf, you know, the wooden shelf there, and put the magazines and the comic books. The comic books were at the bottom, the magazines were at the top, because they didn't want the old people looking at the comic books at the bottom. Kids mostly looked at comic books. They can handle that, bending over and looking at comic books. Old people couldn't do it. I don't know how old you are when you're old. I have no idea, but anyway, this is Conan, 30 cents, number 67. Tara, where are you, girl? She's in here, barbarian. Come and get her. 30 cents. Talons of the Man Tiger. You gotta love Conan. Still waiting for that Conan movie. Arnold, you're the right age now. You're in your 70s. You can be King Conan. Conan, number 71. Date stamp up here also, December the 29th. This was on the newsstands, December the 29th. Corner stores, whatever. Yeah. And then spin rack on the, you know, on the comic books down at the bottom. When I used to go to school, of course I went to school. I went to, what is it? Where did I go to school at? Oh yeah, Central Tech, pardon me, Central Tech, Bathurst and Bloor Street. And me and my buddies at lunchtime, I think it was Tuesdays or Wednesdays, we, you know, have lunch, we go over to the not the comic book store, it was a variety store. Variety store, I don't think there was comic book stores then. But we went to the variety store, right, and we go in there and buy comic books. Yeah, we wouldn't buy lunch, we'd buy comic books. So, yeah. I remember that like it was yesterday. We walked out of the variety store with some comic books, and they were at the bottom area on that wooden shelf thing that they'd have in there, right? So we'd sit on the floor on that little wooden part that sticks out with the newspapers or things where we'd sit there and leaf through the comic books. Because you couldn't buy all the comic books. There wasn't that many comic books out anyway back then, really, in reality, right? Marvel never had that many comic books out back in 67, 68, something like that. I was probably 16, so that would have been 67, yeah. I gotta remember all this shit, so, yeah. So you could buy a few comic books in a month, right? So, yeah. Conan, number 69. Does this have a date stamp? I don't see the date stamp. Oh, this one doesn't have a date stamp. Kane and Marcos. Yeah. Kane, yeah, Kane did covers, all kinds of covers. Gil Kane. The Demon from the Deep. You can always tell by girls' faces. Most of them had the same face. Same face as Gil Kane. Oh yeah, so there's some comic books for you comic book lovers. I'm getting some more in this week. Bought some more from the same place. I think they're Conan comic books. So I'm really making a dent in my Conan collection. The lowest Conan I have is number 2. I don't have number 1. Number 1 is, right now, it's hard to get. Yeah. It's making, what do you call it? Yeah, it's hard to get. I can't get it, so it's like probably beyond my price range. I don't know if I'll ever get number one. I might. One day I might. Who knows? Who knows? But anyway, I'm still making a dent in my Conan collection. There you go, comic book lovers. Thought you might like to see those. Lovely day here in Toronto. That's where I am. So anyway, shout out to all you comic book lovers everywhere. Keep buying those comics. Keep enjoying your collection. Whether you're 12 or 70, don't matter. If you love comic books, you love comic books. On my first comic book convention, my first one that I ever went to was 1966. Yeah, 1966. I was 15 years old, and I went to Hart House. Yes, University of Toronto. I went there with my friends, ones I went to school with. Yeah, and you know what they had there? They had comic books and some pocketbooks, and I think that's it. Anyway, talk to you later.